On the meeting the president had today with the CEOs about Build Back Better here, is the strategy now with sort of the president talking about breaking it up in chunks potentially, is the plan to bring a new proposal to Democrats in Congress? What does that strategy look like as it relates to kind of the meeting that he had today? Is he trying to get a sense of what the priorities would be from these private sector CEOs?
The meeting was not a negotiation. It was not the basis of a negotiation. Those discussions will happen between the 50 members of the Senate who need to support a package, a big chunk, to move it forward. This was an opportunity to hear from business leaders, and I think you heard a number of them speak during the open press component of the meeting, and I know a number of them will be doing interviews, maybe with some of you afterwards as well. What I think was interesting and compelling to the president when we were talking about this last night was that they're all experiencing different challenges as they look ahead to their, many of them very successful businesses. Some of that is ensuring they can have enough women at a senior level in the workforce, and lowering the cost of childcare and making that affordable is a big issue that the CEO of Etsy has talked about, for example, quite a bit. The CEO of Cummins has talked a lot about climate change, or the climate agenda, and the importance of investing in that moving forward, because those are industries that will grow and have a huge opportunity for our manufacturing industries here in the United States. Those are all components that are part of the president's Build Back Better agenda, but he really wanted to hear from them on their industries, of the best way to grow their businesses, the middle class, and how components will certainly impact them.
Is that a message the president plans to take to Democrats? Is he going to present something smaller, a big chunk, sort of a more narrow piece of legislation or proposal that perhaps can get unstuck in the Senate?
Well, again, I don't have any predictions of the legislative process. This was not a meeting about the legislative process. The president and senior members of our legislative team and senior White House officials are in constant contact with a range of senators, committee members, staffers, and really the point we're at now is determining what components there can be 50 votes for. And that will hopefully include a big chunk of what the president has proposed. But that's what the status of that is. But this was not a meeting to discuss legislative strategy or how to navigate conversations with different senators. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jen, I have a couple more on BBB. Ron Klain said last week that you'd like to see BBB legislation approved as quickly as possible. Some Democrats, Representative Jayapal, are saying that March 1st, the State of the Union, is kind of a deadline for action. Does the White House see it that way in terms of the time frame? Do you see the
No,
March
we have
1st
not
as
set a deadline. No.
And 5 Democratic senators wrote the president and the vice president urging them to keep the child tax credit expansion in BBB. But the president seemed pretty clear in his press conference he wasn't sure that that could happen. Is he reviewing that? Could he change his mind?
Well, the president proposed the child tax credit extension. He very much wants to see the child tax credit extended, and you've all heard him talk about how proud he is of the expanded child tax credit because of the impact it had on cutting childhood poverty by 40%, for giving people some extra breathing room. And there's some recent studies and evidence that the child tax credit helps working families in the developments and opportunities for all children. So he has long been an advocate. Again, this is the legislative process, right? And there needs to be 50 votes. We need every Democrat to support a package moving forward. I don't have anything to preview or predict for you on that front. That is going to be up to them to determine what that looks like.